Today is Friday, September 18th. Welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. Today's episode we're talking trees, foster kittens, elections, and more. Hope you join us. Hello and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Cole Pettit. PG&E has been continuing work removing trees around the community. This week, some residents have begun to protest the removal of some of the heritage trees in Nevada City, as well as filing an official complaint to the court. Sonora Slater went out there this morning to find out more.
Hi, my name is Sonora Slater, and I'm here today with Nevada County Now to talk to local residents of Nevada City who are protesting the removal of several trees in the area. So let's get their thoughts on why they came out here today to protest and what they care so deeply about.
It's my 42nd birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So what have you guys been doing here at the cemetery, and kind of what's your goal?
Well, our goal, the city, or PG&E has marked 263 trees for removal throughout town. Some of those are on private land, some of those are on public land. Out of all of those, the city hired an arborist of their own with our encouragement to review some of the choices that PG&E made. And out of those 263 trees, we've identified 16 that the professional arborist hired by the city believes could be safely retained without threatening the power lines. And so we are trying to protect those trees. 6 of them are big pines that are in the graveyard here. I can walk you through them at some point if you're interested. A number of the others there's 2 that are down in this cemetery. There's a stretch that are just over the fence there. And then there's the Blue Atlas cedar down at Broad and Bennett. And there's been people actually in the tree for the last week, and that one's really high on the list. That Blue Atlas cedar was planted in the mid to late 1800s by Felix Gillet, who's a renowned horticulturalist, and he's actually buried right there. So there's this interesting connection between both the trees that he left behind and the trees that he's buried around.
This is my favorite job on the planet. Yeah, I just get to climb trees and groove vibes with nice, kind people who also love trees. And this is a Blue Atlas cedar and 160 years old, planted by one of the town's founders, Felix Gillet. It is from Algeria, North Africa. It's a rare tree, and I believe it is a sister tree with the one right across the street. I believe their roots are entwined and their branches. There's 3 other Blue Atlas cedars on that property, and I believe if we cut this one down, it will kill or affect all of them in this circle. Also, I just believe it will change this whole corridor of Bennett Street. So it's just a no-brainer. If you look over here, you trim one branch and the lines are safe. So PG&E is just being kind of a bully to this tree. This tree has been here for 160 years, and I want to see her here for another 160 or more.
For a younger person like Fiona, the thought that she will grow up in a world without, like, the Blue Atlas cedar, for instance, or without the, I got it at least, yeah. Without some of the other kind of heritage trees that we're trying to protect. And again, as Matt, I'm sure, mentioned, we're trying to protect specific trees. We're not asking for no cutting. We're very much for fire prevention and safety. So for Fiona to have to grow up without some of those beautiful trees I grew up walking by as a kid in Nevada City, that'd be a tragedy. Thanks for your time, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, we're advocating for more attention being paid to the possibility of undergrounding some of these lines. Undergrounding has been done successfully in Nevada City through most of the lower part of downtown. That's why you don't see power lines everywhere down there. So we're advocating to have that work done up here. PG&E's told us over the years that we simply haven't raised quite enough money, and we believe that given that everybody in this town is paying PG&E every single month, it's partly their responsibility to come up with some of that money and to help small towns out. And we don't feel like what we're asking is very unreasonable at all. Just a little bit of moderation, a little bit of specific attention being paid to specific trees that are valuable to our community, and trying to put a check on what's currently unchecked and non-transparent corporate power.
Thanks, Sonora. We've seen an increase of 25 COVID-19 cases this week, bringing our total to 503 confirmed cases. 31 cases are currently active with 3 hospitalizations. 18,556 tests have been performed, an increase of 1,180 tests this week. The death toll remains at 5. All of this is encouraging news for our potential move to a less restrictive tier when the state makes that determination Tuesday of next week. Visit mynevadacounty.com/coronavirus for the most up-to-date information available. In an effort to reduce illegal dumping, the County of Nevada, in conjunction with Waste Management, the Bureau of Land Management, and the U.S. Forest Service, are hosting a tire amnesty event. This opportunity is open to Nevada County residents who may dispose of up to 9 tires at no charge. It will take place over several days and will have multiple locations available. September 21st and 22nd will be at the McCourtney Road Transfer Station. On the 23rd, at the North San Juan Transfer Station. Thursday the 24th at the Penn Valley Rodeo Grounds, and September 25th at the Washington Transfer Station. All locations will accept tires from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. No tractor or commercial tires will be accepted, nor will they take tires with rims. An exemption to dispose of more than 9 tires may be available upon request. Call the Nevada County Department of Environmental Health at 530-265-1467. Next Wednesday, September 23rd, the County of Nevada with UBNet will host a virtual town hall to discuss cannabis licensing. The discussion will take place from 5 to 6 p.m. Participants will be able to hear the most recent updates to local cannabis license types, provide input for future license types, discuss ways to improve the permitting program, make recommendations for areas of focus in the coming year, and discuss potential needs and wants associated with cannabis permitting and enforcement. For more information and to sign up, visit the link below. We'll continue our election coverage with a look at the race for Grass Valley City Council. For more, once again, let's turn it over to Sonora Slater.
Thanks, Cole. The Grass Valley City Council is comprised of 5 members who work to make Grass Valley a place rich in both history and outdoor adventure, offering both community members and visitors innovative and exciting entertainment. This year, there are 5 candidates, including Janet Arbuckle, Steve Conrad, Bob Brandstrom, Edward Peavy, and Thomas Ivy running for 3 full-term seats that are up for election. Janet Arbuckle is the only candidate who is incumbent, having first been appointed to the board in February of 2007. She was born and raised in Southern California, coming to Sacramento in 1975. She served as a deputy sheriff for the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department for 18 years, and on the Nevada County Civil Grand Jury for 2 consecutive terms. She believes that her experience on the grand jury helps her better understand both how local government operates and the complexities of issues such as public safety, homelessness, and drug addiction, and she is also working on a plan for workforce housing. Bob Brandstrom has an associate's degree in math physical science from American River College, a bachelor's degree in economics from UC Berkeley, a master's degree in agricultural economics from UC Davis, and a PhD in experimental psychology from UC Berkeley. He was a program analyst for the California state government for 6 years, a research analyst in the healthcare industry for 10 years, and worked as a manager, financial analyst, and vice president for Wells Fargo. He has volunteered with Circle, Citizens Climate Lobby, the Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital, and the League of Women Voters of Nevada County, as well as several other local organizations. He plans to focus on expanding housing options and broadband connectivity, mitigating climate change, and creating more local, higher-paying jobs. Stephen Conrad grew up in the Grass Valley community and has now returned to the area. He completed his undergraduate at UC Berkeley and completed the graduate program for kinesiology at Chico State. He now runs Speed Academy in downtown Grass Valley, where he works as a personal trainer. He wants to prepare for, manage, and recover from events like local wildfires, PG&E power outages, and COVID-19. According to his campaign Facebook page, he has no grandiose plan to reform the city, but will seek to listen attentively, speak honestly, and educate himself before making decisions. Edward Peavy moved to Grass Valley 34 years ago and says that the community gave him a second chance. Local programs helped him to overcome a drug addiction, and he now wants to pay forward all that Grass Valley has given him by continuing the good work he sees the council doing. Working with youth is his passion, and he has been working with Nevada County Juvenile Halls for 16 years, as well as working with child advocates of Placer County. He was also a chairperson on the Nevada County Drug Advisor Board when it was first founded. Thomas Ivey was born and raised in the Grass Valley community and lives here now with his wife, running a small family plumbing business. He has volunteered as a poll worker for many years and is a past president of the local Native Sons of the Golden West chapter. He also volunteers with Wolf Creek Watershed Alliance and has been a planner commissioner for Grass Valley for 2 years. He wants to work on creative solutions for affordable housing and understanding where everyone is coming from when making collaborative decisions. He also wants to work on expansion of broadband to help community members find success with jobs and education in today's digital world. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Sonora. Grass Valley will be holding its annual sidewalk sale this Saturday, September 19th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Merchants will be set up on the street offering their best bargains. It's a great time to do some early holiday shopping and support our local businesses. Here's a list of vendors participating. They encourage visitors and shoppers to be COVID safe by wearing a mask, maintaining physical distance, and washing your hands. Bathrooms will be open to the public all day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at Grass Valley Downtown Association at 125 Neal Street and behind the Watershed at the Owl Restaurant in the Church Street parking lot. Visit downtowngrassvalley.com for more information. Many of us have become more isolated over the last few months. If you're feeling the need for a little extra companionship right now, Samis Friends may have an opportunity for you. Sonora visited the shelter earlier this week. Let's hear what she found out.
Thanks, Cole. Searching for a way to give back to the community or just fill extra time during this strange year? Willing to have cat hair all over your clothes or let a kitten tangle up your yarn? If so, Samis Friends has the perfect volunteer opportunity for you. Samis Friends is a Grass Valley animal shelter that cares for and finds new homes for dogs, cats, and even livestock. However, they don't have room in the shelter to keep all of the animals that come in. So, they use foster family volunteers to give a temporary home to animals. Currently, there are about 100 kittens out in foster, in addition to other animals. Phil Young, the Samis Friends front desk coordinator and dog walker scheduler, explained how necessary fosters have been in the past few months, especially with COVID impacts. According to him, the shelter has had to cut back on the number of volunteers who come in daily to help out, so most of their dogs have been out in foster homes to allow them to receive the care and attention that they need. However, the majority of the need for fosters is for cats and kittens. Jackie Adams, a cat kennel attendant, specified that the main kitten season is from April to October. It's winding down now, she said, but we never know when someone will show up and say, "Hey, I found this box of kittens by the side of the road." According to Jackie, fostering cats entails socializing them, spending quality time with them, and playing with them for around a 2 to 2.5 month period. Fosters are also responsible to bring the cats to vet appointments and spay or neuter appointments, and they need to be able to keep the animals safe from any other pets they might have. The shelter will provide food and any necessary medication. She made sure to emphasize that kittens are like babies. They make messes, they don't have household manners yet. It can be challenging if you're not ready for it. If you want to become a foster parent, you can go online to samisfriends.org and fill out an online questionnaire, which includes questions such as what kind of animal you want to foster, how many adults and how many children are living in your household, what other pets you have, and where the foster animals would be living throughout the day. After filling this out, the shelter will set up an appointment to talk about what your responsibilities will be. The shelter is truly grateful for its foster families. As Jackie said, God bless our fosters. I don't know what we would do without them. They're the unsung heroes of the shelter. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Sonora. This week at Nevada County Media, we've had some conversations with some of the candidates up for election for positions at the local, state, and federal levels. Our Meet the Candidates series will make its debut on Monday the 21st. They will be available in their entirety on our YouTube channel, and for those of you watching on cable, they will air Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. on Comcast Channel 11. We'll leave you with a short preview of these conversations. Remember, stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you next week. All right, thank you for joining us tonight for our Meet the Candidates series.
Today's guest is Audrey Denny,
Pamela Schwartz, Jan Arbuckle, Elizabeth Betancourt, Stephen Conrad, Bob Brandstrom.
I believe utilities and the internet and water are human rights.
I want to hear other ideas. I want to talk to people in the community and hear what they have to say, because working together, we can come up with better solutions that work for more people.
It seems like the entire Western US is on fire, and I know you guys too, have been covered in a shroud of smoke for several weeks now.
Think back to 2018, 2 massive fires in our district, Car Fire, Camp Fire. Those 2 fires emitted more CO2, more carbon dioxide, than the state of California was able to reduce its emissions by that year by 9 times.
I think these outlets are really the new norm, at least for the next 6 months, year, and the foreseeable future. And so I think utilizing those to the best of our ability to get that message out there.
I would like to just see us get through this and not have to lay anybody off. That's what our cut services, and we've been able to do that with very few people.
Our rule of law starts disintegrating when we give any branch of power a pass. And so absolutely, regardless of who is in the overall office, congressional oversight of the executive branch is of the utmost importance.
It is not in their best interest to insure her. It's in their best interest to insure me. I'm pretty healthy, right? So that is not an incentive to care for people, and it's not an incentive to solve people's medical problems.
Because you can't accomplish anything by yelling at each other or fighting at each other. You gotta be able to start a discussion.